What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the review table. Now, I've been taking a little bit of a hiatus, and that's no secret. But I've gotten over the thing that well, not really gotten over. I've more or less figured out what I was going through. So now we're back, and what a better way to come back to the channel than how I came back the first time, which was with a Studio Series review of a 86 figure. Now, the last review I did was the Cliff Jumper review, and the last video I did was the Hot Rod stop motion test, and now we're getting back, hopefully, into a swing of multiple videos at once with this Studio Series 86 Jazz review until the end of the year, where I'll probably take another hiatus, but for less than 2 months this time. But anyway, taking a look at the box here, we have a nice image of Jazz. He is 86. He's number 1 in the 86 subline of Studio Series. His name is Jazz. He's an Autobot. He's from the Transformers, the movie. Hasbro, Takara, Generations, Transformers on the top. It just says Transformers, the movie. On this side, you get 86, a nicer image of Jazz. He is an authentic Transformer. On this side of the box, you have 8601, Studio Series. He's deluxe class in multiple languages, and on the back you have big screen inspired, you have the product shots from the Moonbase 1 Destruction, and his bio reads, Autobot Jazz makes a futile escape as Unicron devours Moonbase 1. He comes with a backdrop piece from all of this stuff, and on the bottom of the box you just have barcodes and things, and that doesn't really matter. So, let's actually look at the figure himself, and honestly, this guy is really, really good, and I thought I wasn't going to like him initially because I was just so skeptical about this 86 subline and how I thought it would perform in general, but I'm very happy with how this subline has turned out, and really the only complaint I have is this. This is the only glaring issue I have. Is the 14, is not a 4. And that says a lot about your figure when the only complaint that I have is in vehicle mode, and it's about something that was probably a copyright issue and couldn't be done. And that's okay. But anyway, taking a look at the actual vehicle mode itself, you can see he's got a nice Autobot logo where another 4 would normally be. But it's okay. You got the blue and the red stripe, the gas tank, the gas cap right there. You got a nice red stripe along the bottom. It does not extend into the back, which I believe is screen accurate. Haven't really watched the movie in a long time. You also got that same red stripe with blue surrounding it on there. You got some nice light blue for the headlights and some silver for the grille. You got some silver for the rims of the wheels. And then the back is just all that, and you can see his feet sticking out, which is fine. I don't really care. And then it's just robot underside junk. But other than that, some of this stuff is painted. Also, you got the 14 on both sides. Some of the stuff is painted, like the white is painted on these pieces right here of the windshield. Same right there. But this is mostly all sculpted white. And it's like a really good white plastic, other than these, the shoulders, which have started to yellow already, but that's fine. I don't really have an issue with that, but for a size comparison, I only got one for vehicle mode, so probably won't happen in robot mode, though, and that is the Studio Series movie 1 Jazz, which is honestly my favorite movie 1 Studio Series figure, and I'm very happy that with this Porsche Turbo compared to this Pontiac, I don't remember what it's called, Pontiac Solstice, it looks like a natural progression of what Jazz would look like today, so I like that. But that's all we have for that. Now, before we get into transformation, I'm actually going to transform that Jazz, so that way we can use him for the size comparison, so I will be right back. Now, getting into the transformation, now that I have completed the movie 1 Jazz, let's get into it. So, first thing you want to do is you want to flip open or flip up the door panels. They just tab onto the slots on the arms. Then next, what you want to do is just want to kind of bring the arms up, but not do anything just yet. Then just kind of finagle that to untab, and then you want to also then kind of finagle this up. And now we're going to work on the arms, so you want to just rotate these out until the tire is up there. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring the arms down. There's not just one arm, unlike my Reveal the Shield Jazz. Then rotate the torso, and this silver piece, you want to make sure that it is straight aligned, and then rotate the rest of it back, and there you go. Then you want to push that section down and fold it up, then fold up the head, and it is a bit of a there's a bit of a clearance problem if you don't have that all the way down. So just lift the head up the rest of the way, and that kind of has to be forced through, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. No paint chipping on there yet, and there are 2 slots and 2 tabs on there, and you just want to make sure that that is lined up properly so that that will tab in and secure the head in place. Next thing you want to do, just rotate the arms, flip out the hands, rotate the arms and flip out the hands on that side too. And there we have the almost top torso done. We'll get to this soon. Next thing you want to do is just untab the legs and flip that down, and you'll hear a little click go into place. Same thing on this side. This side doesn't really click for me. Then flip out the foot, and then bring down the sides of the car mode. Kind of just angle the feet, however. And then this is how Jazz will come packaged. And this backpack is gross. Thankfully, on the instructions, they do include an alternate transformation for this backpack, which is taking this subsection, bringing that inward, and then folding those doors in, and then bam, infinitely more clean, more screen accurate back for this guy. Now, I love the 80s version of Jazz. And by the way, here we have him in robot mode. I love the 80s version of Jazz, and this is a spectacular recreation of that figure. But as for the details of the figure, here we have his head sculpt, which is painted very nicely. If I can just get my light on that better. You can see some nice baby blue for the visor, some silver for the mouth, so you got that same Autobot crest. Mostly same details as before, but we've got some silver for the shin guards, as well as silver for the feet. Some nice mechanical detail just all around this guy, and honestly, I'm so happy that they included none of these figures into this subline of Studio Series instead of just keeping them with the Earthrise line and trying to release them under that, because honestly, these look so much better in the 86 line. So now, for comparisons, here we have Studio Series Hot Rod, who is just a larger deluxe figure, even though you could technically scale him as a Voyager, I guess. But yeah, here's Hot Rod. Here we have him next to MPM Ironhide, who I hope to, at some point, do a video on in the near future, because I want to do a video on this guy. It's going to take a lot of work, and I'm aware of that. He's also very dusty right now, so I need to clean him. And then, last but certainly not least, here we have him next to Studio Series Transformers 1, Jazz, and the height difference is stark. Like, you can just see how much smaller this guy is compared to him. And I'm okay with that. It's a good balance, and I really like how this is what I grew up with. This is also what I grew up with, but I still like them both equally, if not this one a bit more. And that's nothing to diss Michael Bay on. That's just a personal preference thing. I like the brighter colors. I don't care as much for those really dark color schemes that they went with, and just seeing Jazz in really bright things is good. Anyway, but before we get into articulation, let's actually go over his accessory, because that's why I took a longer pause when I was about to do the comparisons. But he comes with his blaster, and his blaster is picked out in some nice silver. It is cast in white, as you can see by the pegs on for his hand and what would be his back right here. And you can just put that in his hand like that, and it also will barely move in his hand if you decide you want to like have him like try and shoot at an angle. You would have to do it with his physical arm, which I kind of actually really dig. And this blaster is also compatible with like the Hot Rod effects parts and the Earthrise and Siege effects parts. So if you ever wanted to do that, you have that option. But going into articulation, he has a ball joint at the head, a nice 90-degree bend at the, or not 90-degree bend, or 360-degree rotation at the arm, a nice 90 outward end with some nice mechanical detailing in there, a 90-degree bend at the elbow, and then you have the wrist articulation, which is honestly just for transformation. His arm can go in and out because of that transformation hinge. He can kick up that far and kick back that far. He can do almost full splits. His knee can go a little under 90 degrees. His feet can do the Michael Jackson thing, but that's just because of transformation. And they also pivot all the way out that way. But that's about it for this guy. And I got this guy a couple weeks ago, and I can say with absolute certainty that I do not regret my purchase at all. Not one bit do I regret this purchase. He is a phenomenal figure, and he will make a great addition to your collection if you don't drop him, like I just did. And I honestly, this is one of those rare figures that I would just say pick it up. It's a high recommend for me. But as for that, this has been, well, me coming back, and I plan to do another video every Sunday. Also, happy Halloween, guys! So, there's also that. It's the end of the spooky season. We're about to get in my favorite season of the year, which is Christmas season. So we're gonna get some Christmas videos soon. Anyway, stay tuned for those. Can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out. Bye.